Now, as most of you know, the whole point of this channel is to review, test out, and demonstrate various free VST plugins, right? Free VST plugins, because there's a tremendous amount of really powerful plugins that are 100% free, and also do this channel to help out especially beginning musicians when money's very tight. Now, if you think about it, when it comes to free, what is the opposite of free? Well, paid VST plugins. And the question popped into my head, what is the most expensive VST plugin out there? Out of all the plugins, of all the paid ones, what is the most expensive? And that is the Cedar Audio Adaptive Limiter for Pro Tools at the amazing cheap price of $2,929. Now, I have to say this right off the bat. If you have used this limiter, please post in the comments because I am beyond curious. Part of me says, is this $3,000 VST plugin even worth it? Another part of me says, maybe it's that good. And even another part of me as well says, kind of curious, but I cannot see myself ever spending $3,000 on a plugin. When it comes to limiting for me, I just use a FabFilter Pro L2. Anyway, let's go down here. So the product description is the adaptive limiter employs a unique new algorithm developed by Cedar. Offering peak and oversampling modes, it calculates a continuously varying EQ profile that constrains the peak level of the output while retaining the integrity of the input. The result is a perfectly controlled signal that remains much more natural than audio processed using conventional limiters. The adaptive limiter is also an unsurpassed loudness maximizer, which makes sense. I will say that actually as a side note, I actually do use the Pro L2 by FabFilter as actually a maximizer. That's actually at the end of my mastering train where I basically boost it for loudness and whatnot. And with its advanced resampling and noise shaping capabilities. It's ideal for mixing, final mastering, and other creative duties. Now, what's weird though is it says that this is mainly for Pro Tools. I've never seen a VST or plugin specific only for a given DAW, right? Typically, VSTs are universal, whether it's for Logic, FL Studio, Ableton, GarageBand, Pro Tools, whatever. I've never seen one that says, hey, this is only for Pro Tools. I feel like that might just be a weird thing, because again, this is on Vintage King, so it says Pro Audio out. So maybe that's why that someone put it in there, but I feel like you could probably get this for Ableton. No one has reviewed it yet, so I don't know how many people have purchased it. So I decided to go on Cedar's website because I'm very curious, right? So it's the adaptive limiter. This is the GUI, which looks very different than this. I feel like this is kind of more sleek than this one. So I don't know. At least this is what popped up on Google in terms of Cedar. I mean, this is Cedar's website, so this is the limiter. The best sounding limiter I've ever heard. Okay. So it says, you know, unlike a traditional limiter or multi-band device, the adaptive limiter employs a unique and amazing transparent new algorithm developed by Cedar with peak and oversampling modes, calculates, yeah, we already kind of read this. So it seems like maybe it constantly adjusts as the track goes on, as you're limiting and possibly maximizing, or both. But now we're seeing, okay, in response to feedback from our customers, we now have further enhanced the algorithm, making it possible to apply even more limiting while retaining the integrity of the original audio. Not just a limiter, it's fair to say that it is now an extremely flexible maximizer too, capable of pushing your audio far further than before when remaining much more natural than audio processed with conventional limiters and maximizers. So I decided to do more research because I was very curious, right? I mean, I've never seen a plugin even close to that. I mean, the most expensive one I've ever seen is maybe like a pack from like Isotope or the FabFilter pack that might be like maximum maybe $1,000, maybe a little bit more, but never $3,000 for just one plugin. Now this is from a while. I think this is back in 2011. So it says Cedar is a Pro Tools art task and audio suite. Apparently modules can be put separately. So it seems like that maybe there is something, I might be wrong, maybe there is something that it can only be used in Pro Tools. I've never heard of that, actually. I've never used Pro Tools, so I will say that. Saw a very high price. Yeah, it sounds like a snake oil expensive remedy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the demo would be interesting, but it could be snake oil. That's what part of me says, is it really that good? I mean, I could be wrong, and like that's why like the curiosity in me is so off the charts. And I've seen some here, but these seem, you know, again, some of these are like, it seems like more hardware. I mean, let's just go to this one. So this is another Cedar product. Okay, see, like this looks like hardware. Yeah, okay, so yeah, showing you different angles. I feel like spending, I mean, that's still an insane amount, but I feel like at least it makes more sense in my head that maybe a piece of hardware would cost that much. But I mean, oh, free shipping on an actual plugin? No way. All right, so yeah, I mean, now this one's cheaper, but we have the Audio Studio DNS dialogue noise suppression. I'm trying to find a review. So yeah, there's some really nice written up thing, but I'm not seeing any reviews. Be the first to review it. So it seems like maybe Cedar is just loading up all these wicked expensive plugins. Okay, so here's one actually for way cheaper. It's like half the price on BH Photo Video. Is there any reviews? Nothing. So I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt that maybe this plugin is that good. But being honest, do I think $3,000 is worth it for a single limiter maximizer? I don't know. But let me know what you think in the comments, especially if you use this plugin. Please let me know because my curiosity is off the charts. And I want to ask you and everyone watching this video, can you find a more expensive VST plugin? Because I've done some research. This is the most expensive one I have found at a whopping, or excuse me, the cheap, very inexpensive price of $3,000.